everyone, I'm Wagga Warrior, aka Julie. Welcome to my channel. If you stop by because you love seeing when people shop their stash, do a collab with their online twin, and put on makeup they love but don't give the love as the product should in videos, then you're in the right place and keep on watching. Alright, so my twin, Heather, aka CrazyBeautifulMUA, our March collab video is all about shopping our stash and using products that don't get the love they deserve on our channels. So there are products I talk about all the time. I'm sure you're well aware how much I love the Wet n Wild Dewy Lumino Primer. But today I'm going to be doing a look using the products that you just don't see very often on camera. I'm not sure why. Probably because I did like one video. I either unboxed it, did a quick review or first impression try on, and then it just never came up again. So that's what we're doing today. All right, let's dive in. This here is the Maybelline Perfector 4-in-1. It's the Instant Rewind brand. You know, the type that has a little sponge and you twist up. This is so Lazy Girl approved. I'm actually almost halfway done with it. I love just to prime by just plopping this on. Yeah, I use this more frequently than you would know. And you guys see it, you just don't realize you see it. When I come on camera, for example, to do an unboxing or a haul and I'm already wearing my makeup, many times this is on my face. The next products, plural, because I have two of them. This here is from MISSHA, and it's their Protective Cover BB Cream. I love these almost as much as I love the Purito. I love BB creams because super Lazy Girl approved. They have SPF. They have great coverage. They're very moisturizing, look dewy and really nice on mature dry skin. And then the added Lazy Girlness is just the pump where you can just kind of, you know, squirt it out and just, you know, mix on the face. The first shade is 21 and this here is 23. And yes, I know I didn't blend out the primer. Part of that is because I was talking. The other part is I'm not worried because I'm just going to take a beauty sponge and just smoosh it all together on my face. Which, you know, it's all going to get blended anyways. So, again, Lazy Girl approved. Alright, next let's get some concealer on. This here's from Anastasia Beverly Hills. It is the Magic Touch concealer in the shade 2. This is a little sample size. I picked this up as an add-on from my Ipsy. A little dab will do you. And you may be going, that's not a little, because, you know, little is perspective. And I always try to put a little just on the outer edges right there. And just gonna press in slightly like so. Take whatever's left over, tap up top, rinse, repeat. This is how you lick cray cray for 30 seconds while you're filming. Let me know, what is your favorite concealer and have you found your holy grail yet? I've found a holy grail foundation, but well, I guess the Tarte Creaseless, I guess I could call it my holy grail. I've repurchased one recently, but yeah, is it my holy grail? I guess so. What if you use it all the time and you think about it and you love it more than any other product? I guess that's considered a holy grail. All right, check off my holy grail scorecard. Okay, when I do my makeup, after I apply my foundation, concealer, I then go in and apply contour. I love a good cream contour. This here is from NYX. It's the Wonder Stick. I think I did a try on or I unboxed it, but I don't really show myself using it that much because I Not gonna lie, I love me my Charlotte Tilbury, the one with the little sponge tip. But this one gives me vibes from when I used to use that Maybelline one. And very lazy girl approved. Just slather it on, shove it on like so. Grab the same sponge that I used when I was applying the foundation. And, you know, turn it around and just kind of tap her on in. Super fast, super easy, and I love the tone. It's not orangey at all. Now for the blush, I'm going to be using the blushes from these Pacifica doohickey mabobs. What do you call these little mirrored duo compacts? So this duo has a blush and a highlighter. This one has a bronzer and a blush. I'm just going to pounce between the two of them and then, you know, just get her on my old face here. What I like to do when I apply my blush, regardless if it's powder or cream, is just take the same sponge I used when I applied my foundation and just kind of, you know, bounce over it, blend out the edges, and, you know, try to curve back if I went a little ham. I just think it makes it blend in and look a little more natural. All right, on to highlighter, which I think you've seen a couple times, but not like all of 2022 when I project panned. Same brand, but different highlighter. And that is this one here from OFRA. So this one here is the X's and Glows. It has 4 shades. I use them not just for highlighter, but for inner corner, brow bone, and sometimes eyeshadow toppers. So I'm going to bounce between this kind of pinky one and this one here. And I always apply my highlighter a little bit close to where my blush is, and then I blend it in almost like a topper, you know. But it just, I don't know, I find it works out great. Just taking that damp sponge and pounce, pounce, pounce. All right, on to the eye look. Here's a product I've been loving lately. This is from Gerard Cosmetics, and it's the Clean Canvas. I think I did a video a couple years ago, and I used way too much of the product. I don't think I put this or use this on camera very often, but I've been using it a lot lately, and I really enjoy it. Literally, I just take the lid off. I don't even go into the jar because a little goes a long way. Whatever's in the cap, I just barely touch the brush. That's already too much, and that's enough for both lids. Gerard Cosmetics is always having a sale, so never pay full price. I want to say full price is like $21. Don't quote me. But if you can get it on sale, that's even better. And I'm just going to brush it on the lid. Oh, this is a clean brush. Okay, so I think I do have to go back in a little bit. For camera purposes, I grabbed a clean brush. I've been using the same one over and over, and I think there's some buildup, so literally I tap it. I'm like, that's too much. I'm going to go dip in for a little more, but honestly, you don't need that much product. And this does a beautiful job of just hiding any hyperpigmentation, discoloration, and really laying the groundwork for your shadows. Is it Lazy Girl approved? No. But do you get a fantastic look? Yes, you do. Okay, let's go in with the eyeshadow, which is from Tarte. I don't know if I've ever used this palette on camera. This is the Power Bar, and I love the size. I can throw this in my makeup bag, and it's great for travel. Love that there's like 6 shades. There are 3 shimmers and 3 mattes, and it just is a beautiful, easy, everyday, but not too boring, but not too adventurous kind of a palette. Here are the swatches. I know a lot of you are going to be saying, oh, that's so boring. For me, it's a beautiful, you have a little deeper to get some depth, and then you have some nice warm tone shades, and I don't know, it works for me. All right, I'm going to start with this shade here in the crease. It is Tarte, therefore it is a little powdery, but nothing tapping off the excess won't solve. I'm just going to press gently. I've learned as I'm getting better at makeup, particularly like right after you put on a primer or concealer, if you just kind of press in the pigment instead of drag, it just really sets it down, and look how quick and easy that is. Look at me giving advice on applying makeup. Please leave a comment and let me know if you do this as well, or if it's a big old durr. Everyone knows that kind of moment, because if you're new, welcome. Thank you for stopping by. Feel free to subscribe and like the video. I am not an MUA by any means. I am a makeup enthusiast, and I have been really into makeup for the past like 4 years, 3 years, really getting into it once my channel started. And if anyone's been following me since the early days, you can attest, at least I think, how much I've improved on my makeup application and my video editing skills. All right, so there's the first color. Let's go in. I'm just going to use the same brush. I just want to show you what I use when I'm not filming and how I apply stuff normally. I don't know. When you film, or at least I feel it's like you got to be more professional and do stuff in a certain way. I'm lazy. Have we established that yet? All right, I'm going to go into this other, what do you call that, matte shade here. Same brush, and just go start on the outer corner a little bit and just kind of add a little depth. Little, did I mention that term is relative? But you know what I mean. Just building up the eye look here. Again, just pressing. Now I'm going to pinch, and whatever remains, I'm just going to drag that under my lash line, because that is also something I never did until I got into YouTube, was apply eyeshadow under my lashes. I really love how it looks. It's like an eyeliner without being heavy. Yeah, so if you haven't tried that, I highly suggest you give it a try. All right, now let me take a look, because what happens is, as I'm filming, I'm staring at a camera, and there's a little viewfinder where you can kind of see yourself, but it's small and the lighting's very bright. And then because I'm filming, I just quickly look, and then I'm smiling and talking. And then when I get into editing, I'm like, did you not see that your eyes weren't matching? Did you not see that big old smudge or that big glob of eyeshadow that you forgot to blend? So let me just pause and take a look, because I'm tired of being shocked. I'm gonna even up that side slightly. Okay. It's about as good as it's gonna get. All right, now I'm gonna go in and grab this shimmer shade here. And I'm gonna take I wanted to go with my finger, but I have trouble with my fingers because it gets messy, and I want this to look good. So I'm just going to take this kind of denser, fluffy brush, and let's see how well this applies without it being, you know, sprayed with a setting spray, and if it's going to give what I want. A little bit, but let's go in with the next product, which is also from Tarte. This is the Maracuja Miracle Mist, and totally Lazy Girl approved as well. It's the type, like that Morphe setting spray where you just press and hold, and it just keeps coming out until you let up on your finger. Love it. All right, well, I I wet it, let's go back into the product and add a little. Alright. On camera, I don't know what's going to pick up. It's kind of a subtle, it's the darker shimmer. It looks pretty in real life. On camera, I don't know what's going to show up, but just going to do that. I'm going to flip the brush over and go into this lightest shimmer shade here and take that in the middle of my lid and kind of over like this. Flip it back over and kind of blend it, you know. I want a soft gradient from light to the darker shimmer. All right, let's rinse and repeat. Make sure I grab the right side of that dang brush, because that's all I need. Oh, that's right, I already did that part. I just need the lighter shade. Now I'm going to go into this darkest shade and just kind of deepen up the outer part just a little. Just going to tap right like that. Bring it a little bit into the crease, not too much, like so. Also take it down below, just on the outer third. Don't you worry, got a little messy right there. I'll show you my trick for cleaning that up. Now I'm just going to take a clean-ish, there's no eyeshadow on it, and I'm just going to blend. I'm just going to, in circular motions, just kind of blend everything, soften any edges, and just make it look like I know what I'm doing. No, I kid. Eyeshadow's all about just blending. You want to avoid any harsh lines if possible and just really get gradients going. And it's all about just blending. Grab a nice fluffy brush and hope your little wrinkles and whatnot that always make it look like my eyeshadow's patchy. It's my lids. I have these folds of skin and aging and just good times. All right, so now I'm going to do some cleanup, and don't be scared. All you need to do is take a makeup wipe and just gently tap where you have a little extra eyeshadow and get the angle you want. A little cleanup. And yes, some of your concealer foundation is coming off, but don't worry, because another thing you don't see me do on camera is often, although I have shared this product, there's a theme, Lazy Girl approved. This is from Maybelline. It's the Instant Age Rewind. A little twist up. You have the built-in sponge. It's like a concealer, so I just tap right there and problem solved. And then I just grab the same sponge, tap it in, and move along with the rest of my makeup. Let me know. Do you guys like and enjoy these Maybelline products with the little sponge tips, or I guess more than Maybelline makes them now? Or does it gross you out? I am not grossed out at all. And somebody recently left me a comment on one of my videos and let me know that those sponge tips are antimicrobial, or whatever the word is, meaning you can't get bacteria or microbes or I don't know, whatever that means. It never bothered me, and I've never had an issue. And I've had some of these things in my purse for like 3-4 years, never had a problem. All right, I'm going back into the OFRA highlighter. I'm gonna grab this lightest shade there, and that is what I'm gonna use on my brow bone. It's just such a pretty color. Put it over here. Then I'm gonna use the same color, but I'm gonna grab a smaller brush and put it in the inner corner. I used to use my pinky, but I have like fat fingers, and I would always transfer it down here, and then it's too hard to clean up. So I've learned, just at least for me, grab a very small brush, and you can get precision on where you want it. Now, I do prefer a little more shimmer on the top of my lids. I'm gonna go into this kind of pinkier shade right here and just apply it ever so slightly, right? Starting from the inner corner and just gently brushing it on top. I like me a good shimmer. All right, let's move on to eyeliner. Now, this was hard for me, and Heather and I agreed that our interpretation of loved products could vary slightly. So I'm struggling to find an eyeliner that works the way I want it. I want something in my inner waterline, but only on the top. I don't want it down below. And I have yet to find a good one. So this was in my makeup bag. I don't know if I like it. I probably don't. If I liked it, I would be on my loves video and you would see it all the time. This is from Wet n Wild. It's the On Edge Longwear eye pencil. I don't have good hopes for this, but I'm just gonna tight line. Try not to blink, but me not blinking actually makes my eyes water more and defeats the purpose. So that's about as long as I could go without blinking. All right, so far, well, in editing, I'll notice it for sure. All right, so let's put on the liquid liner. This is from Moira. I did show this in the unboxing video when I did a haul from Moira. It was like $6. It has a little roller ball. It has a actual brush tip, and I enjoy it. I need to be silent during this part or else I'm going to mess it up. Okay, so did you catch that? I sped through that part, but I was trying to go for a thin line, which I did beautifully on this eye, and then I accidentally tapped, and then to fix it, you have to go thicker, so then I went back and made this one thick, whatever. Also, zoom in. Do you see how that Wet n Wild is transferring down? So what I usually end up doing is instead of it looking halfway transferred down, I pretend like, oh, I intentionally wanted black in my waterline. So let me add it on the bottom waterline, which I hate. I used to always, when I was younger, in my 20s, teens, 30s, go for black everywhere. And then, I don't know, about 5-6 years ago, I stopped doing that, and it just made my eyes look brighter. I like it better when I don't have eyeliner on my lower lash line, which is why I'm on the hunt for one that will stay up top and not down below. But it is what it is. All right, let's go in and touch up my mascara, which is this one. If you follow me, thank you. This was a recent video. It is the Telescopic Lift from L'Oreal. Today, when I started the video, I was wearing it on both eyes. Yes. The Tarte and most eyeshadows that are a little powdery, I always apply my eyeshadow after I've applied my mascara, and it kind of softens the blackness just because it floats on down. So I just go in and do a little touch up, and that should fix and solve that issue. So it's not like a full coat, but it's just a little touch up. Get her black again, you know. And then I want to go in on my lower lash line as well. Particularly since I ended up putting eyeliner on the lower lash line in the waterline. It's making it look like I don't have lower lashes. So just have to touch that up, and then hopefully it will help. And I'm regretting going in with the eyeliner on the bottom. Why did I do that? No backsies once you do that. I stand by my original review of this mascara. It does a great job, but I hate the applicator. It's just the comb part doesn't work. The combs are too short. They don't, particularly once the mascara dries, they do not get through. But it does provide length. So there's that. I don't know what's going on in this eye. I think I went down too far. This is just a clean brush. I'm just gonna smudge a little more. Do the same over here. Grab a, what do you call these? Q-tip, and I'm trying to avoid applying more concealer because no bueno, but for me, I don't want cakiness. Alright, well, did it fix it? Sure, we're going with that. Alright, what do I have left? Lips. Oh, here's something you probably weren't expecting. What I do or have been doing a little more frequently, but not filming, is my brows. And by doing my brows, it's not how you do your brows. But for me, it's a big step. I literally just take this clear brow gel from Anastasia Beverly Hills or whatever brand. I've been going through this product lately. It's literally just like a smaller mascara type wand with a clear gel. And I just will gradually, quickly, just swoop it into my brows. Does it really do anything or make them look different? Probably not, but I feel like, hey, I did my brows when I applied my makeup. I don't know. Leave me a comment. Let me know if you notice any difference whatsoever. Okay, so when I started the video, I had some lip gloss on, which I don't think I've ever talked about. I love it for the shade, the comfort. It's very soft, so it doesn't look like I'm wearing too much product, particularly when you're doing a get ready with me, but it moisturizes my lips. And that product is this guy here from MILANI, and it is the Almost Natural. They say keep it full, nourishing plumper. You know how much I hate plumping. It's probably a 0.5 on the plumping scale. It just feels like, oh, I think it has some mint in it or something. Does not feel burning, stinging whatsoever. But I wanted, you know me and my lip products, that's a bonus. I started the video with that. But what I'm going to apply as my lip products, I don't think I put on camera, and I love the look. So I start off with this lipstick here, which is from Wet n Wild. This here is the Mega Last Matte Matte. It is up my alley as far as being a nude. It is a pinky nude, and it's a cool tone pinky nude, which I love and adore. So let me throw it on my face. Can you even see it on camera? Probably not. I love it. It is, I don't want to say satin finish, but it's a matte, but it doesn't feel matte. It's not drying. It's very slippy, but I love this lipstick. And this is a recent love of mine. I got this, don't quote me, I want to say in a BoxyCharm. It is a lip gloss from SHAINA Miami. And talk about giving Pat McGrath vibes. This packaging is totally giving Pat McGrath vibes. It smells super sweet. You know, the typical kind of vanilla frosting scent. It's the type of gloss that's not overly shiny, you know, but just gives you a nice, natural shimmer. Is super comfortable, not sticky. I love how it feels. Love the scent. And you know, as you talk and apply lip gloss, the taste, not, you shouldn't eat your lip gloss, but you know what I mean? It gets in your mouth. I love it. All right. Is that everything? What else? Did I forget anything? No. I look like I have a full face of makeup. Let's take this thing out and pray my hair didn't get messed up. My hair always gets messed up using that, but yeah, see, it made my bangs not come down how I like them. All right. It's as good as we're going to get. Look, glamour shot. Yeah, I'm just being goofy. Some of those other YouTubers, they sit there in slow-mo and look down, and this is the face I normally have. What? But no, I will sit here pretty and smile. All right. Yes, I'm goofy. I know it. Okay, so that's it. Here's the final look. Those are the products that don't get filmed as often as others that I love, use, and enjoy. Leave me a comment. Let me know if you are intrigued by anything I used, or if you also love and enjoy them, or if you're just honestly like, what is that? Never seen it before. Okay, I want to thank my lovely twin, Heather, for always reaching out and wanting to do collabs with me. It really means the world to me. And I want to thank you all for stopping by and watching. If you're still here, leave me either a lipstick or like a lip kissing emoji, something to do with lips or lipstick. That way I know those of you who stayed to the end. All right, I want to thank each and every one of you for stopping by. I really do appreciate it. If you haven't done so by now, I would love if you would subscribe for those who have. Thank you so much. Remember to click that bell icon so you can be notified of future videos. And if you can do me a big favor, clicking that thumbs up really does help with my channel to grow. All right, thanks everyone.